All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We already have our guest on. I didn't realize I was going to have him on the screen so soon, but hey, what does it matter? We've got, yes.
I would still have to show you my entire Smallwood shirt, but I wasn't told I had to wear pants, so we don't want
to. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our special guest tonight, Richard Solomon. He is from.
Thank you for spelling my last name right.
Yes, okay. That is the beauty of copy and paste.
Okay. Well, then I spelled it right.
Yes. So we're gonna have a fun time tonight. Just real quick, I'm just gonna give a couple shout outs here to some people flying by. Tim and Old Saws, Mr. Van Dusen. Bill Irwin's here, of course, because I've got the ice balls in my by glass just for you, Bill. Who else we have in here? Oh, Steve Lance is over on Facebook watching.
Steve Lance is from Alaska.
All right.
And him and his wife traveling. I don't think they've made it to Washington State yet. They're sort of taking their time. They're going there for the winter to stay with a friend. But yeah, I invited Steve to listen, and the whole Lance clan. There's thousands of them.
Oh,
there's thousands of Lances and wannabe Lances spread all throughout the country.
So for those of you who may or may not be thinking to yourself, I kind of recognize that name. Richard runs a group on Facebook. He is the founder of the Solo Stove and Fire Pit Enthusiasts Club. And this is, from my experience anyway, one of the greatest groups I've ever been a part of on Facebook. It is top notch. It's run unbelievably well. Richard's he's got all kinds of stuff always going on. We're going to get in and talking about how he started it and the whole reason behind that. But I know some of you are actually part of this group because I've seen you in the group in comments and things. So if you are, if you're watching on YouTube and if you're part of this group, or if you're not part of this group, I think I have the link in the description on Facebook. But yeah, so Richard, just give us a quick little intro to yourself and maybe, a little history on what made you decide to get into having a Facebook group.
All right, first let me mention my wife is sitting behind me off screen and she has a damn it doll that she's going to hit me with if I get out of line or throw it at me. And she probably has some other things she can throw at me. First, a bit about me. First, retired from the Navy in 1998. After 20 years as an aviation electronics technician, worked as I still work as a software developer for a company. I'm working on an EMS product now, and my daughter-in-law just sent me a message. I don't know why. No, and so anyway, my wife's a tax accountant, and so it was May of 2023, it would have been April because it was before the end of tax season. I got her it was a gift for a bonfire off of Amazon, and I guess it sort of became mine. So got into that. I got. You've probably, people that are part of the group have seen my laser engraved Mesa XL with the underwater scene on it, and I have one with what we call America scene. It has World Trade Center, Statue of Liberty, and those are done. I don't know if you know Rob Phillips, but he developed the process to do those. Anyway, in the fall of that year, I was a member of a Facebook group. It was a large group. At the time, it was about 58,000 members, and probably one of the older Facebook groups. Go ahead. What's the finger up for?
Oh, we got a coin falling in the cup.
Oh, okay, good. All right. It's like I feel like I'm playing like guitar out in the square, and out on the side of the street.
But we'll get to that in a little bit. So
okay. And so anyway, it was probably one of the first Solo Stove Facebook groups is how we got so many people. But I have no idea what the name is now. Somebody probably knows. I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but he was very rude to his members. And I don't know why. I'm not even going to speculate. And said, "You're just a number," whatever. Constantly would kick people out of the group. I managed to get myself kicked out of the group. Wasn't that difficult. And I thought to myself, you know what? I can do better. So I started, it was actually called something to whatever his group was called at the time. And that lasted about a month before I changed the name to Solo Stove Enthusiast Club. I just recently changed it to Solo Stove and Fire Pit Enthusiast Club. And I'll show you when I show the Facebook page. There's a little bit more after that, which is going to go away eventually. And I'll also explain why I did that. But I founded the group on what I like to call the pay it forward spirit. To treat people the way you'd want to be treated. There's no bullying. I like to think, and Dan, you've seen this. I think we have some of the best people in any group of anywhere on social media.
Yep.
We're the best group of people. Everyone is very courteous. I've had to ban a handful of people, and one was trying to sell marketing stuff or something, and there's been a few people that had just gotten really nasty for whatever reason. I don't know, they're having a bad day or something. So it's just, I went back and looked today, and there's probably not even a dozen people that have been banned, and this is November will be 2 years. So about a month later, I didn't particularly like the name. I changed it to the Solo Stove Enthusiast Club. And if you'll indulge me, I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully I share the right screen, because what I want to do is 2 things. I want to show the name of the group.
We have we actually have a couple people saying that they're part of the group. So, all right, let me bring this up here.
I have it's now called over here on. You showing it yet? Let me know when you're showing it.
Yep.
I don't see it. Now I can't hear you.
Oh, you're good. Okay. I've got it on the screen.
Oh, okay. I just don't see it on my YouTube screen. There it is. Okay.
There's a delay. Yeah.
I forgot the delay. Okay. So the group is it's called Solo Stove and Fire Pit Enthusiast Club. This part after it was supposed to say, because every brand loves your credit card. Well, you're limited to 75 characters, so that's why the emojis are in there. I left them because I thought maybe it would garner some attention when people were searching. So if you're looking for the group, if you just search for Solo Stove and Fire Pit Enthusiast Club, you'll see this stuff with the emojis. That's me. Eventually, I'm going to drop everything after club. So, but what I wanted to preview is that this is a scheduled post. It's not due to go out to the 22nd. First thing in the morning, and we have a spooky costume contest for Halloween, and I guess I need to add spooky Halloween costume contest there, so it's a good thing I looked at it. And because I do have it here. And what we have right now, I think, are 16 prizes.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna add one more because I had over 100 members join last week. And let me just go over real quick. We got it's an Ash Mesa XL that'll be engraved with the group logo by JD Kennard, who's he stepped up several months ago, and he donates a lot of the prizes now too, and he's gotten into laser engraving and a bunch of other stuff. He runs Flex Graphic Design, is a Facebook page, and he also sells on Etsy. I've got some wood from the fire cooking guy. Got a few different people that sell wood, but they're all different types. And this guy also sells these vertical rotisseries, which are pretty cool. So once I post this, if you get an opportunity, make sure you look at his website. I got a Bone Mesa XL with the I can get them cheap because they have these logos on them. Tame the Flame has stepped up. They've finally ramped their production back up, and they've moved. I think they're in New England somewhere, Massachusetts, I think. And Tim is the guy's name, and he's donating Tame the Flame covers for the solo stove fire pit of your choice, Mesa XL, Ranger, Bonfire, Yukon. I don't think he does from the one for the Canyon, but don't quote me on that. He might. There's this guy named Daniel Schaffner from Back 40 Firewoods. So we do. He does these mini firewood racks. And Daniel, did I notice? Do you put firewood in with those now when you do them?
It does come with the option of wood. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's an option. Okay.
Yep. I usually include it when somebody wins. I usually include it with the.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed somebody had posted the box, and he wants to remain anonymous, but he not only does he donate these fire pit skulls from Amazon, he also does this Chroma Flame color packs, which are pretty cool. Then we've got sought after Tiny Timbers. They've been made with me almost from the start, and they donate just on every one of the giveaways. And then Tame the Flame also does a deck mat, either for tabletop or a deck mat. Derek Myers, who's another wood vendor, he likes to put together these surprise boxes. So we call this one the Spooky Surprise Box. And he's got a brand new product he's coming out with. I'm not going to say anything more about it because I don't think I'm authorized to do so. And then there's another box from of Mesa sticks. And these are just their wood that's sized for a Mesa or Mesa XL. I've got a coral. It's an indoor. You can use it outdoor. A coral cinder tabletop fire pit bowl. Colin Thole from Spark Infinite Fire Starters. He advertises a lot, so it's probably popped up. I'm actually in one of his ads. He asked if he could use it. So he's going to be donating here, and he's donating. He's already committed to Black Friday. I've got a s'mores, one of those s'mores tabletop fire bowls, one with the wooden lid, and a Mesa XL accessory kit. So you can look when this posts. I've got pretty much pictures of everything. But again, if you're looking for the group, first off, if you're friends with anybody in the group, you automatically get approved. Unless it's the middle of the night, I get up. If I have to get up in the middle of the night for you know what, take my phone, and you might get approved in the middle of the night. But if not, it's 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. So I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah, I'll bring that. Let's see, where did that go now?
Well, I stopped sharing it.
There you go.
There I am. Okay, and then you can also look up me by my Facebook profile is public. A little dangerous, but it's public, and behind my name, so I can differentiate it from the other names, I have a Siberian Husky, and in parentheses, it says Husky Dad. So if that's not it, and the logo for my profile picture now says Solo Stove and Fire Pit I can't pronounce the word. Philanthropy.
Somehow I still have that screen on my end here.
Yeah, yeah, and that's it is totally made up, but it's true. I mean, we do. I feel like I'm sort of running a bit of a philanthropy.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna see if I can get this. I gotta get. Where is this screen at? I don't know.
My personal profile.
No, I'm trying to get that black.
What are you trying to
bar off. All right. I'm just gonna.
I screwed up.
I'm playing musical camera views. There we go.
I am.
The screen share was still on for some reason, but
Yeah, it was a little weird. Um, okay, it
So
keeps going
we're
back
back.
from you to
We're
me.
back on here now. We're back
Yeah, I need to
working.
stop. I need to stop looking at the Facebook feed because of the delay. So,
So that is one of the things that with this group that you created, you have done. You do a lot of giveaways. You do a lot of interaction and engagement. So I think somebody had mentioned they were waiting to be approved. But if you haven't joined the group, it's a great group. I think in what 2 years you've grown it to over 7,000 members now.
7,300.
7,300. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I got two people. Hang on. Um, Somebody with a name I cannot pronounce, but it starts with KF. You're approved, and Tim Stout is approved.
Tim
So,
Stout. That was one of them that I just saw.
okay.
Yes. So there you go. Yeah. If you so that bonfire, you said that the bonfire that you got, was that like your very first fire pit?
That was my very first one. I got the XLs. Actually, established a very good relationship with Rob Phillips, and he was donating a lot of stuff. I would send him the stoves, and he would engrave them for me. Great guy. Was not treated very well by Solo Stove, but that's his story to tell. Um, and So that's what I had for a while. I got some knockoffs. We like to call them knockoffs. You actually sent me, I call it the urn.
The,
he's, he's got a video of it. This thing is a beast for a table. Well, it's not really a tabletop anymore.
flaming orb.
Yes, it's huge and it eats wood, but it gets
Yep.
very hot at the bottom. By the Changemore makes them. I think they still
Yep.
sell them. Um, and I just recently got a Ranger, which the bonfire is in a surround. It's underneath an aluminum gazebo that's vented at the top, and it's probably lower than is recommended by Solo Stove, but it's vented. I put my thermal gun up there last night, and it does not get very hot. It's like 90 degrees at the top, but I didn't have a roaring fire going. And the Ranger, then I just have out on my pool deck area or a little bit. Oh, let's see. I got
So
something.
we have to pause, and I have to introduce you to the ladies. The ladies come out and they swing, and when the ladies are swinging, you got to grab your cup and raise it up because we have a couple super chats I got to get to here. Dirt Road Landing was the. Oh, wait a minute! I can't bring you out now. I got to switch to the ladies. There we go.
Okay.
So, Dirt Road Landing, thank you very much, Richard. Cheers! Thanks for being here.
This is my. I got this from JD Kennard. I can't get it on camera. It's a. Where? Okay.
It's always backwards, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's
And
got the group logo on it, the older group logo.
and so I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but you are down in Jacksonville, Florida, and this is one of the interesting things that I find is that, like, by following the page and following you, the pictures you post, it looks like you burn firewood either in a tabletop or the regular fire pits quite a bit. And I think that's what's interesting, especially for like people in firewood to like realize is that there's people burning wood all over the place. And
What we've been fortunate the last 2 or 3 summers. About 6 o'clock at night, the humidity drops. It can be in the upper 80s still, low 90s, but if the humidity drops, it's comfortable enough out to do a fire. Strangely enough, about 9 o'clock, the humidity goes back up, and that's it. I'm done. So that's what I'm able to do as long as it's not too windy. And then now it's starting to cool off. So like the rest of the country.
that's also where the tabletops kind of come in nice.
Yes.
Because you can just have a little flame and fire, and you don't have to worry about too much heat unless you got the orb going. But
yeah, and I find it relaxing I don't like feeding the orb with wood because it's just too much. I mean, but the other is, it's just relaxing to wood in there. And sometimes I get lazy and I'll put pellets in there, but eventually it turns to wood. I don't like refilling pellets.
So,
So
when you first started burning, where does someone in Jacksonville, Florida, get firewood from?
there's it's generally, well, not any place else. I mean, not necessarily have. I'm not sure how you get you don't cut down your own trees, do you?
I don't cut
I know
them
you guys,
down, but I cut them up.
you cut them up, but you get them from people that cut them down. Right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Is that called like a firewood drop or something? Somebody asked me about that the other day. Do you do firewood
Yeah, it's like a
drops?
tree service. You can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have people that do tree services here that, people trim or take down trees and then they'll season firewood. Some is better than other. The first year I got from this guy, I had told you he filled the back of a truck with a front end loader and it was like full of dirt and all this other stuff. And the last 2 years I've gotten on a pallet, it hasn't been quite as bad. So we may try another place next year, but I'll share a picture of the wood that I get. And to me, it seems like a lot, and people will laugh and go, "That'll last me a day." And but no, I'll still have some left at the end of this time next year. I'll still have
Yeah.
a little bit left.
Do you know about how much it is? Like, do they give you, like, is it like a face cord or a third of a cord or
Um,
just a truckload?
well, this year it was a pallet, normal pallet, and it was supposed to be what he tested chest high, and it was probably waist high, but it was, and he says, "Oh, well, the guy that did the Facebook page screwed up and put waist," and that,
Yeah.
but I compared it on my, I had a picture of the pallet from last year, and I compared it, and with AI, you can actually go compare these two tell me if they're the same size, and it picked it up as close enough because they were like pretty much in the same location, so it based it on the other things around it. So it's pretty much what I got last year, but he went up on his prices a little bit.
We got
But
it.
it
We got a
was
quick grab that cup because the seven brothers from Minnesota and Katrina, they Woodsies Firewood saying hello, and then Arnie,
Skull. Thor is watching. Skull is for you, Thor.
and then Arnie threw a coin in the cup. So cheers! Thank you very much, you guys.
And I have got Coca-Cola and apple cinnamon, very inexpensive apple cinnamon whiskey in here, but it's actually very good.
So what is Dirt Road Landing here? Had a good question. What's like the common wood that you would get
Oak.
from oak?
Oak. It's the big thing up here. You can get some hickory. I don't. Is pecan hickory? It's a type of hickory. Somebody tried to tell me it was. I googled it, and I guess it is a type of hickory, but it's not the
That
same
could
as
be.
the hickory I think of. I was going to ask you a question
Uh-oh.
because I saw last week you had that thing on your wall, the
Oh,
for cutting the little
yeah.
woodwood. Those doesn't work really well with oak. Those things are made for softwood.
Well, you got to split it with the grain the right way. And it's got the greener it is, the easier it is. So if it starts drying out, it does get pretty hard. It gets
Oh, okay. Because I've
So-
got one of those. It's like a kindling cracker. It's not a kindling
Yes.
cracker. It's like
Yep.
that. And if I try to split one of these big pieces of wood on there, I about have a heart attack doing it. And I've got like a 5-pound mini sledgehammer that I can use. And
yeah.
so it's the more seasoned wood is actually harder to cut. Okay.
It'll dry out on the ends, and then that gets to be tough. Yeah. You need
Yeah.
a little force. Yeah. But so here's another thing. So you mentioned that pallet. So it was like just a standard pallet size?
Yes.
And is that like the max amount that you are able to like store on
Pretty much. I've got one of these things I made, with the cement blocks, and you put the
Yep.
yeah, I've got my hands. Nobody can see. Yeah.
Yep.
So I've got one of those. It's about 6 feet wide, and maybe 5 feet tall. And then we've got another one that's a metal one that's like 4 feet wide. I don't know, 4 feet wide, 4 feet tall. Just a regular metal rack. But that's about it. And then I've got, you may have seen the one that's out by the fire pit that I got off of Amazon. It's like a kids, made out of the stuff that they make kids little tykes out of.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones that sell it, and it actually holds quite a bit. But I fill that up. It's far enough away from the bonfire, and I use that. And I got some in buckets, the ends. This time we cut it down. I cut it down to size a little bit so I could use it in the Ranger, and so I have quite a bit of end pieces.
Yep.
That we use too.
And
then
is that like the common 16-inch piece of firewood is what they deliver down there?
Pretty much, although these were various sizes. They're not super consistent on it.
Yeah, because I know, in the firewood world, a lot of people are always trying to deliver like a large amount of firewood, like a dump trailer full, because they want to do more volume. But I think it's always interesting to hear from the other side of like the recreational burners, the people who just burn for, enjoyment, that don't need a lot or don't have the space to store a lot of wood.
I use some. We have a fireplace in the house too, and I'll use the fake logs. Don't say that. The fake logs, and we just happened to buy a whole. They had a sale at Lowe's at the end of the season last year, and we got a bunch of them, and then it got warm. So I don't think I'm going to have to buy any of those this year.
I was going to say, how cold does it have to get for you to start up a fire?
It gets down in we get down in the lower 20s sometime here.
Really?
Occasionally we get down. We've been in the teens every couple of years. We'll have a couple of weeks where it doesn't get up out of the 40s. So, of course, if it's windy out, then I can't do a fire outside. Who is that? Oh, that's the Jawa.
Here's my helper. What?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Where's his hoodie?
Yeah, where's your hoodie? He doesn't have it on tonight. We're not working.
No.
Not working tonight.
Okay. What's his name?
Brecken.
Reckon.
We call him Boss Man. Because he's in charge.
Okay. I used to have a friend, they had a son, they named him Random.
And he brought up the dog for some reason, but I can't. He's too big to lift up here.
I've got 75-pound Siberian Husky around here somewhere, but he's 9, and he's starting to have hip problems. So. Yeah, he's just slow getting going. Once he gets going, he's okay.
Yeah.
All
right.
Let's see. So I wanted to invite anybody you want to join. Unfortunately, I don't get involved with shipping out of the U.S. I've looked into it. If somebody wants to get in a giveaway and they're out of the U.S. and I've also looked into, they can actually do all the shipping on their side and send me a label to put on the box. At least in the UK, they can. And if somebody wants to do that, but it's not cheap. I love to have people from other countries, but I just can't afford to ship over there, and I can't ask the people that donate stuff to ship over there.
I could give you a digital download file of like an autographed picture of mine you could put up as a prize. For the international folks.
I lost people when I changed the name of the group. I lost about 30 or 40 people. I've gained them all back.
That might take the group attendance down.
Yeah. I think I upset some people because I was, Solo Stove Enthusiast Club, and then I added fire pits. And Solo Stove's gone a little crazy with their cooler, with their $600 cooler, which is also, I guess, an air conditioner, and their steel griddle for 12, what, 11, $1,200. I'm sure they're great and they all have lifetime warranties, but who can afford
Yeah.
to
Well,
to buy those, especially after you've bought all their other stuff?
yeah, and it was kind of crazy to see that, the evolution of like how many different manufacturers started making the tabletop fire pit. When the Mesa XL came out, it seemed like just a month or two later you could go on Amazon and there was 50 different manufacturers of tabletop fire pits.
Have you noticed they all a lot of them have this insert thing in there
Yep.
that you take out, and it's like a two piece. They don't. They end up getting stuck in there. And I've actually had flames come out the bottom of them before. You don't want to put a cover on those because it'll shoot flames out the holes in the bottom.
So you mean like the ash pan?
Yeah, is what they call an ash pan. It's a two
Yep.
piece, and I just don't like those very much. I have one that works pretty good, but I got to be careful. You don't want to try to put a anything over the top of it to smother it because the flame will shoot out the bottom and out the holes in the bottom. I had that happen once. It will not happen again. I actually poured water on it because we had to go somewhere real quick, and so it was all right. Didn't hurt it, but
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
that put it out.
it's just
Go ahead.
interesting though. I see the different designs, and the concept's the same, but they kind of change a little bit here and there. And I don't know. I always thought that the tabletop fire pit was like what when they I had one sent to me and I was kind of hesitant about it, but then once you sit next to them, I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's relaxing.
Yeah,
It is
it's
relaxing to feed wood in there.
yeah.
Um, well, and then they Solo Stove just came out with this 24-inch Summit, and I had done a survey that they had sent me, and they were asking about trade-ins, and if you donated yours to like a charity, they would give you so much off, and I guess they scrapped that whole idea. So they come out with a $600 24-inch fire pit again after everybody's bought all this other stuff, and then like a week and a half later, they come out with a slew of accessories for it for hundreds of dollars. And it's at that point I changed the name of the group. It's not that I don't love Solo Stove. It's just that they've gone. They're crazy. I think they just
Yeah.
yes, they have a lifetime warranty. They make a great product, but they're, they're just too expensive for the average person, I think.
I want to just quick remind if anybody has any questions, throw a Q in front of them so I can see them in the chat. If anybody has anything you want to discuss here, put it in the chat and I can bring it up and we can talk about it. I thought I saw one a while back, but I think that was about the wood.
Yeah, and I apologize. I probably talk too much because I work from home as a software developer, and I'm
Oh
at
no,
home by
that's
myself. So.
I think everybody here is probably having a little is a little refreshed to not just be hearing my voice all the time.
Oh, and I hope I'm not rambling because I have a note here from my daughter-in-law that says I'm oversharing. So
Uh-oh.
I don't know
Oversharing.
what I overshared. Um,
What
but
what
let's
was
say I
that?
wrote down a couple of things. I think but I know I talked about. I call them vendor partners, but I couldn't do this what I do without them. Um, we I the big giveaways are a lot of work, but it's well worth it when somebody tells you, and this happens all the time. I've been having an awful week. This is the first time I've ever won anything,
Yep.
and I know you've done giveaways and you've probably heard that too. And there's no better feeling and no better sense of reward or that you're doing the right thing that when somebody tells you that if you
Yep.
can make somebody's day or week, and especially if they're going through a hard time.
Well, and I
Um,
just, the groups that I'm involved with on Facebook, like your group is one of the only ones that really actually does. Like you're the only guy I ever known to really do giveaways on Facebook or like try to create that, engagement and sense of community and like, bringing up stuff to talk about, just getting conversations going. And it's, that's what's kind of, I think, unique about your group is it's like a big group of people sitting around a fire. Like everyone's just, interacting, sharing stuff. And I don't know. I think it's awesome.
Okay. And I'm going to make it an admission right here. Uh-oh. My very wordy posts. I'm not that smart. I can't write that well. I tell usually it's Microsoft Copilot. I usually tell it what I want to say, and it puts it in a very nice form for me. So please, I'm just an average software developer that is.
Well, that's that's what AI is good for. I mean,
yeah. I do change. I change things to make sure they're right, and you got to check on the pictures. Pictures, you especially got to check spelling because it's getting better.
Yeah.
It had a real problem with enthusiasts for a while.
Billy D said that you're not oversharing because you're among friends. So.
Oh, I appreciate that, Billy. Thank you.
All is good.
I am friends with Facebook friends with a very large majority of the people in my group. I used the word majority. Very, very. I got 7,300 people, so probably not the majority, but a very large number of the people in my group. I get friend requests all the time. I'll check to make sure they're in my group and that I know them. And I also, just for the people in my group, I do check. When I get a request and the person has one friend or one follower, and I look at their profile, and it's obviously, especially when it says this is a new profile,
not a real person.
I don't like declining anyone, but I will tell them, please use a real profile and request to join again.
See you later.
Not too hard to tell.
Do you know that in your neighborhood, are there a lot of other people that are like recreational burners, like out on their patios?
I've gotten the two guys that live on the other side of the fence from me, from where my pool is. I think he bought one of those urns, and I don't know if he has anything else, but he was asking me about wood. Well, they may have gotten something else because he asked me about when I got that firewood delivered. He asked me where I got it from.
Oh,
so he may have got. I'll have to ask him if he got something else. But I don't know of anyone else. I gave a wave fireball to some neighbors down the street. And I've given a couple other things to neighbors or kids of neighbors that don't actually live in the neighborhood. But
nobody's complaining about burning anything.
No, nobody complains about it. No.
TKP, how you doing? Just got to give a quick shout out to the Timber Cutter Patriots watching.
And I got a question because I invited recently a lot of for some reason I've got like people that do tree trimming work and cut down trees. For some reason I'll get like people that I have 140 mutual friends with all of a sudden, and so I have invited a lot of those people. A lot of them are members of the group, and they're not lumberjacks per se, although I suppose some of them could be. I had posted something the other day about tribute to like the tree climbers, because it takes a special person to do that sort of work. But I know they all have nicknames, and I was trying to find nicknames for the people that do that sort of work. But most of them applied to more to like lumberjacks, like the limb LIMB Reaper, Alice and Chainsaws, the Tree Tick, and then there was one where I guess they had just hired these three guys and they called them the Tree Stooges, and the
Ooh.
implication was it didn't last very long. But there's a whole list of different nicknames, which I think are really cool. And I was hoping on that post, some of the people, and feel free if you're one of those people that are in the group to comment on that with like some of the nicknames that you've heard, because I think they're pretty cool. That do that.
Yeah, WD-30 is he's giving you the professional name is the arborist. That's what they're called.
That's what my wife just said.
Yep.
Now I had a coworker whose husband was an arborist.
Yep.
So I know about that, but I didn't know. He was more, and I don't know if it's the same thing. He would go out and inspect if you had like a sick tree or whatever. He would inspect. But is that still what they call the people that do the tree trimming and cut down trees?
In the firewood community, arborists are known as the guys who can't measure 16 inches. Because they like cut sections of the tree apart in pieces that are like 22 inches long or 30 inches long. Like they just cut these random sizes. And so like
6'7". Does the boss man still in there?
Nope, he's not in here.
Ask him for me if he knows about 6'7". I was.
Oh, I don't even want to bring that up to him.
My grandson told me that.
Because like with firewood, we always cut everything to 16 inches because that's like the standard length. So then when you get like from a tree service or an arborist, they'll like cut a branch off at 22 inches. So it's too long to like sell as firewood. So you have to cut off 4 inches and then you have a little chunk. So yeah, I always give my tree guy a hard time that he doesn't know how to measure 16 inches.
Well, at least you can use the 4 inches for 4 inches almost sometimes isn't big enough for the the small wood. So
yeah, but yeah, so you can, but it always becomes like a pain in the butt to like measure everything out. I don't know if you're aware of. There's a guy in the firewood world outside with Shibe. He is loading up this cup with coins. So you still got your cup handy there?
Yes, I do.
We gotta raise it up one more time to Mr. Shibe. Thank you very much, Shibe. Cheers, and yeah, you got a big glass, man.
Yeah, it holds a lot. Was Jeffrey last name starts with a CH? Is he on here? Jeffrey, he was automatically approved in the group.
There was somebody that might have been waiting. I'm not even sure. Here comes Rivers and Recurves is $1 better than Shibe emojis. These guys are getting in a super chat battle. R&R, thank you very much. Cheers. Oh boy. So what do you prefer? The bigger bonfire size fire pit or the tabletop, or does it just depend the mood you're in and how much time you have to burn?
Generally, yes to that question. It depends on the mood, the weather. Okay, I used to burn the tabletop right outside my back French doors. I've got it's a peaked area, a covered area, and we have a metal coffee table there. And I used to do the tabletop under there. And then when I started using some real like fire starters that were all wax, they put out a lot of dirty smoke. And then someone sent me the urn, and it put out a lot of dirty smoke. So needless to say, we got my son out there who owns a pressure washing business. The family does. And we weren't able to get it all cleaned off. So I am not allowed to burn under there anymore, am I? No. My wife is showing me a question.
Yep. I was going to bring up.
Did you retire? Yes, I did retire. Yeah, because I don't have the questions pulled up.
It's
I
it's on the
did.
screen now.
Oh, did I? Yes, I did retire as a chief back in 1998. It was a chief aviation electronics technician, chief petty officer. Um, so it was August of 1998. And since I'm pretty much gone through my list of things to talk about, I can. So, yes, so Kings Bay is a little bit of a drive from here, about what, an hour or so, I think, from where we're at.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Shibe
What do we
just
got?
dropped a big one, so we gotta bring the ladies out. See, this is that big cup of yours might be empty here soon.
I'm trying to adjust because I'm like way over here. And okay.
Shibe says the Campfire Chronicles hits what 8 together, something tonight. But cheers, Shibe. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's a lot of coins.
Uh-oh. And here comes the broken Swede. Hang on.
How many?
He's at he's at a football game. Broken Swede, I don't know if you can see us, but cheers.
I got more liquor. If you got more coins, I got more liquor. So.
Well, I can't. I don't usually get going too crazy here, but yeah. Oh, and now Rivers and Recurves just threw another one down there. My goodness, thank you very much. Yeah, somebody's got to stop Shibe. Oh my. So depending on
I want to give a shout out. If she's watching, I want to give a shout out to my favorite Lance, and that's Ashley, who's Steve's, and Ashley Skidmore, Steve's daughter, and Steve's. I'm losing Amy. I think Steve's. I hope that's Steve's wife's name.
Steve Lance? Yeah. Is that who?
Steve? Yeah, that was her earlier. I'm not sure if he's still watching, but she's my favorite Lance. Her anniversary is the same day as my wife and my anniversary, August 16th, but 45 years apart. So I had a puff blue Mesa that I had acquired, and she let me know that was her color. And when I saw pictures, she posted pictures from her wedding. Those were the bridesmaids dressed this color. So she's constantly posting things that really surprise me and catch my attention. So.
Yeah, that's what's always fun is like, just making those connections through, like right here tonight, like, meeting you through a Facebook group, and now here we are having a chat on a Friday night. It's like, that's what I just think is so, I don't know, fun about like social media.
And that's what I like about my group, and I think most of the active members in my group will tell you that it's more of a family than anything else.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I am remiss in that I did not give a shout out to my family, which includes, besides my wife Sally, who's sitting behind me, my son Joshua, his wife Summer, who Summer is from the Philippines. She smuggled her daughter Laylin in her belly when she came to this country, and then my grandson Chase, who just turned 16 and not playing tonight, but plays football for Paxson High School in Jacksonville, Florida. So, and my brother-in-law, Jim Learn, who built my deck for the third time. He didn't build it the first time, but he built it the next two times, and it's now hurricane proof. And if we get a big storm, we're tying ourselves to the deck because it's not going anywhere. And his wife, Ray, and my in-laws who live next door. And my wife keeps handing me notes. And I didn't call Leyland is my granddaughter. What did I call her? Oh, Summer's daughter. It was Leyland's my granddaughter. Chase is my grandson. So, and they live about, as the crow flies, they live a mile away, but it's about 3 miles away. So that's
you mentioned nice. Hurricanes. How many hurricanes have you been through?
This year, none, which is really nice. But we've been through several. We had my parents and my sister came up from they lived Daytona Beach area, came up to Jacksonville for one of them that took a week to go up the middle of the state. This has been a number of years ago. And then they left and got about 20 miles away and realized they forgot their bird. So they had to come back. But that's the only one we've had family here for. Was it last year we had the two that almost hit us? We almost had two that they both went to the west of us. Ended up going up into Georgia. But we got very lucky with those because they were supposed to be a lot closer. Where I live is 40 miles inland. So if we're going to get a bad storm here, it's either going to come from the west like those did, or it'll come straight in. So we're not in a flood zone, but we still have flood insurance. So
that's good.
it can still get pretty nasty here. Yeah. Not that the government will have any money to pay the flood insurance out should we need it, but.
And you mentioned your deck, and I've noticed a few times, like here and there, you'll post a picture kind of showing, your whole pad down there, and that's like your little, like you have a little backyard oasis, which is.
Yeah. That deck is Owens Corning Weir deck. We looked at the Trex. The original Trex was about a third more in cost. Oh no, the original Trex was cheaper, but I don't want to get sued. The newer Trex is much better, but it was much more expensive. This was sort of in the middle, but it's really good, and it actually tolerates. I've gotten ash on it before, and it wipes right off. So the color tint is not just on the surface; it goes through. So if anybody's interested in doing a deck with synthetic, the Owens Corning Weir deck is good stuff. It's not cheap, but it's good stuff.
Yep, and you don't have to worry if you have any of those embers flying down on it.
We've been lucky so far. I haven't had anything major. There was one time it worried me a little bit. I got some bucket of water out of the pool real quick and poured it on it, but I think it would have been okay. So the only problem we've had with it is the people that do our lawn, one of the young men that did it decided to run the push mower as he was going over the edge of the deck to go to the other side, and it caught the edge. Yeah, so that's the only issue we've had with it.
Are there any? How many fire pits then do you have in total that you like rotate or use on a rotation?
Okay, we won't talk about what I have stashed away
because I've seen pictures and I'm like, holy moly's! Like,
okay, I've got.
If they make it, he has
it. Okay. Besides the Ranger and the Bonfire, okay, I've got 2 laser engraved by Rob Phillips. I've got a laser engraved gunmetal Mesa XL from JD Kennard with the group logo. We did a stainless steel Mesa with the group logo just to see how it would hold up, and it's held up very well. The stainless steel over time will discolor a little bit, but that's really the blue and the bone, the white colored ones that are laser engraved look as good as the day I got them. They don't discolor at all. Now, if you use a fat wood, something that really puts out a lot of black smoke, and I had
The soot.
somebody
Yep.
do that had gotten a laser engraved, and it will get a lot of soot on it and sort of make a mess of it. But I've been fortunate that it hasn't happened. I have a speckled mesa that was something that Solo Stove sold for a while around the holidays, around 4th of July. They had it for a few months. They don't have it anymore, but it's kind of looks like a pill I used to take. The color, like I forget what that pill was called, but it was like different, had little speckles in it, different colors, but it was more for to kind of look like firework sort of thing, but it's speckled. It's a speckled color. And then the other stuff I've got is just knockoff stuff I got off of Facebook just because it was cheap and somebody.
And do you use all of them?
I haven't used the knockoffs recently. I may, once it starts getting cooler, I might again. You know that they had a recall that wasn't a recall on Amazon, and so they recall these things and they tell you, mark in a permanent marker, mark do not use on it, and take a picture and send it to us, and we will send you a refund. So I do that, and I have a few of them that have that on there, and I do that, and I got my refund, but then a couple of days later they said, "Oops, we made a mistake. We didn't mean to do a recall on these." So they didn't take my refund back, and they sort of had to refund it because they made me mark it, but I still have those. I honestly will probably get rid of the ones where the ash pan has kind of rusted inside there, even though you could just really dump it out.
So we're hearing from Joshua that you have stuff squirreled away all over your house. So you may have forgotten about some of the.
No, I haven't forgotten about it. Yeah, that's about the right number. But I'm slowing down, so I got to retire at some point. So
how many have you ever had lit like at one time?
Really just a couple of mesas, or a couple of Mesa XLs, and a couple of mesas, and maybe two of the knockoffs at one time. I don't usually. There will probably come a time this winter when we have the Bonfire and Ranger going at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, I don't usually do that. Just I don't have the room now to do. Well, I do. I have little tables and things.
You end up burning through a lot of wood like that too.
Yeah. So that's interesting question. I've done a couple at the same time just to compare them. I even got it was a knockoff heat deflector that slips into the fire ring that I got for one of the knockoff heat tabletops that I got that actually works really good with it. It sort of clips on. So
have you noticed a difference between like the Mesa XL and like a knockoff brand, like of the flame or anything?
Not really. You still get the secondary. They're all set up to do a secondary burn. You get a similar type of burn off them. The big advantage with the Solo stoves is they do have the lifetime warranty. Yeah. If you lose your firing or you lose your stand, their support is really good. They'll send you a new one. I had gotten something once before and didn't have a stand, and I told them in fact, I told them I got it as a gift and it didn't have a stand. They sent me a stand, so they're pretty good about that. But the knockoffs are pretty good about standing behind their product. I had given this one a poor review on Amazon because, like I said, the flames shot out the bottom. the embers would drop down at the bottom. You could see them glowing down there, and I had flames coming out the bottom. They had me keep it, and they gave me a refund on it. So, wow. A lot of them stand behind their stuff, even though a lot of them are made offshore, mostly China.
I haven't really ever been able to notice that big of a difference with the way they burn. I mean, you put wood in, flames are coming out the top, and it's just
Yeah.
Now, do you like to control the fire and like put a piece in here and there, or do you put a whole bunch in and then just sit back and let it burn and then?
I've done it. I've done it both ways. On the I've taken like the XL and filled it with wood and like put a little fire starter thing in the middle and had it all go up. And sometimes I'll make a little. I don't like doing the TP thing. I'll throw wood in there and put a fire. Different. I have got a couple different types of fire starters I use, and then I'll add wood once it gets going. I've got a stove blow around here somewhere. Terrace, he stopped making them, but it actually is a battery. It's a rechargeable bellows. It blows air.
Oh.
It has a retractable
wow.
metal end on it. So, but I forgot. I put it somewhere and I forgot where I put it. I could have used it last night. Yeah. So.
Did you get a chance to burn any of the honey locusts?
A little bit, but I didn't have a lot of time the other night, and I got to separate it. So I know it looks like it seems to be in the box, like some,
It's random. It's just random.
It's random. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to dump the box out and separate it. I found some of it, but most of it's probably down on the bottom.
It's just
we know who packed that, don't we? We know who packaged that.
Yeah. it wasn't me.
I'm doing it the other night. Yeah.
Oh my! And now we're actually a little bit over. So
okay,
we're right into overtime. I usually have a little bit of overtime. So, but I don't want to keep you. I don't know how.
I'm fine.
You got another couple minutes in here we'll give people one last chance to see if there's anybody else in here that, if you're in the Solo Stove Enthusiast group, and once again, I'll show you that right there. If you're on Facebook, look for that group, join it. If not, if you're in there, if you're already a member and you're watching, Ken's Cut says you need a Yukon.
Yeah, I don't root for a Yukon. I'd get killed.
Is that the big one?
The Canyon's the big one. What's the Goodnight Lyle on there? Because Lyle's a story in itself.
That's not the Lyle that you're thinking of.
Oh, okay, good.
He's a regular here, Lyle Hartness.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
because I did invite him because if he had something to say to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different guy. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's again, if you are on Facebook, if you're at all interested in fire pits and burning wood and just hanging out with like-minded people, getting into contests, getting into giveaways, check out Richard's group. Like I said, it's a breath of fresh air almost on social media. Because you don't have everyone going after each other.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. I mean, I wished everyone a happy weekend. I got JD Kennard's got a picture on there. He's burning.
The Adirondack Woodsman is the Jeff that you mentioned.
What's that?
So, the Jeff that I think you approved a little while ago. He's on YouTube. He's known as the Adirondack Woodsman.
Oh, okay.
So I think he's a new member. But
okay, well, Jeff, let me know what you think. We're getting ready to this Halloween thing. It's you can post pictures of what I said because I didn't read this when I did it real quick. You can post a picture of someone in your circle wearing the spookiest, funniest, worst Halloween costume. Selfies are welcome. AI generated if you want to do that. A mother-in-law costume is encouraged. Political zombies, no. We do not. There's no politics in the group. It's very family friendly, and we try to keep one entry per member. things like that. But I don't miss much that goes on in the group, whether I tell people that I've seen it or not. So if there's anything that's inappropriate, it's gone quickly.
Yeah, you're pretty much on top of things from what I've noticed. Is that if something's going on, like you're always monitoring and watching and keeping it good.
Yeah, I got to take care of the family. So
I didn't see John. There's a guy over here that we know of, John frickin' Jeep. He's in Halloween costume every day, I think. So, but he's not here to give him a hard time. So, but yeah, if you're, again, check out the group. I don't know. There were I saw a few people. I think, who was the guy from, is it Steve? He had
Steve's from Alaska, but they're on their way to Washington.
I think I saw JD in here. So
yeah, JD. I'm not sure if Jay Wood made it. Steve's brother is Michael, or Mike. He lives in Ohio. He's retired Air Force. He's an air traffic controller. Amy's father, I think, is in the group. It's just Steve's wife, and a lot of them. We got a lot of Lance's, a lot of Woods. Jay Wood's nephew is a member. Yeah, a lot of families. I want to give a shout out to Janet Ownby, very, very generous. What's the word I'm thinking of? What? Benefactor. I'll put it that way. I get people occasionally that will make donations to help out, to help pay for stuff, whether it be shipping.
Ken's
or
cuts
prizes.
in the group, but see this is where you might be confused, because like people on YouTube have different names, I think, than on Facebook. Yep. So it can be kind of confusing. But
well, if you're in the group and you were on the video and you have a different name, you just message that you saw the video, or
leave a chat over in the group, or comment on something, and then that way it kind of helps connect faces with names, or names with, I guess, other names. Names with other names.
Look at this. I just realized that on the right side I got this little button I can see all the chats in this thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
I gotta get my sign-off beverage mixed up here so we can send her out. Timon, how are you doing? All right. Well, Richard, once again, thank you for taking your Friday night probably away from your fire pit and joining us on here. And hopefully you enjoyed hanging out here on Friday Night Live.
I've enjoyed it anytime. So,
and if
you just stay on the camera, there we go. It's backwards.
It's backwards, yeah. So imagine, like, if you were doing this, and you get that whole cup that you got there taken down. You don't know which way anything's going.
Yeah. But, yeah. All right. Well,
we'll get one final raising of the cup. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Glad you came and hung out tonight with us. Thanks to the moderators, the super chatters. Greatly appreciate that. And once again, Richard, have a great weekend. Cheers.
You too. Thank you.
Stay safe, have fun, and be cool. Good night, everyone. Cheers.
Good night.